Rain streaks across Valera's neon skyline as Elena Voss's violin sings. Each note a cry from her guarded heart. She's a rising star, but her past keeps her tethered to pain. When Julian Carver, a tech mogul with eyes like a storm, promises her fame and love, their chemistry ignites, but whispers of his hidden deals and a cryptic warning from her estranged brother, Damien, plant seeds of doubt. As Elena's heart opens, a single question burns. Can she trust Julian's love, or is his charm a prelude to betrayal? One secret could shatter everything. The episode opens with Elena Voss performing at Valera's prestigious Azure Hall, her violin weaving a haunting melody that silences the crowd. Her auburn hair catches the stage lights, and her emerald eyes betray a flicker of vulnerability. At 32, she's on the cusp of stardom, but her past marked by a fractured family and a childhood betrayal keeps her guarded. Backstage, her best friend, Mira Halle, a private investigator with a sharp wit and a protective streak, warns Elena about the pressures of fame. "Don't let the spotlight blind you," Mira says, handing her a coffee. Elena's performance catches the eye of Julian Carver, a 35-year-old tech entrepreneur whose company, Nexus Innovations, dominates Valera's booming tech scene. Julian is charismatic, with a disarming smile and a reputation for turning dreams into reality. He approaches Elena after the concert, offering to sponsor her next tour. "Your music deserves the world," he says, his voice smooth as velvet. Their conversation crackles with chemistry, and Elena feels a spark she hasn't known in years. But the night takes a darker turn when Elena receives a cryptic text from her estranged brother, Damien Voss, a lawyer she hasn't spoken to in a decade. "Stay away from Carver. He's not what he seems." Elena brushes it off, chalking it up to Damien's resentment years ago. He blamed her for their parents' divorce, a wound that never healed. Still, the message lingers as she agrees to meet Julian for dinner at a rooftop restaurant overlooking Valera's misty harbor. Julian shares his vision for a music tech platform that could elevate Elena's career. His passion is intoxicating, and when he brushes her hand, Elena feels her walls crumbling. But Mira, ever cautious, digs into Julian's background and uncovers rumors of shady deals at Nexus. She warns Elena, but Elena's heart is already leaning toward Julian. The episode builds suspense as Elena attends a Nexus gala, where Julian introduces her to Sophia Wren, his poised assistant. Sophia's charm feels calculated, and her lingering glances at Julian stir unease in Elena. Meanwhile, Damien watches from afar, his own agenda unclear but ominous. The gala ends with Julian pulling Elena into a slow dance. Their connection undeniable, but a shadowy figure slips a USB drive into Elena's purse, unnoticed. As Elena returns home, she finds the USB drive and plugs it in, revealing a single file, a grainy photo of Julian meeting a hooded figure in an alley. Her heart races. Is Julian hiding something? The episode ends with Elena staring at the screen, her violin silent, as rain pounds her apartment window. Elena wakes to the sound of rain, the USB drive's image burned into her mind. She hesitates to confront Julian, torn between her growing feelings and the seed of doubt Damien planted. At a rehearsal, her violin falters, her notes sharp with unease. Mira urges her to investigate, offering to trace the USB's origin. Elena resists, wanting to trust Julian, but agrees to let Mira dig discreetly. Julian invites Elena to Nexus's headquarters, a sleek glass tower overlooking Valera's harbor. He shows her a prototype app that syncs music with AI visuals, tailored to her performances. Their shared excitement pulls them closer, and Julian kisses her under the glow of a holographic display. But Sophia interrupts, her smile tight, and hands Julian a file marked confidential. Elena catches a glimpse of a name, Damien Voss. Her stomach twists. Why is her brother's name in Julian's files? Mira uncovers that the USB came from a hacker collective tied to Nexus's competitors. She warns Elena that Julian's charm might be a facade, but Elena, caught in her feelings, defends him. Meanwhile, Damien meets Sophia in secret, revealing they're working together to expose Julian's true motives. Their alliance is uneasy, driven by mutual distrust. Elena confronts Julian about the photo, and he claims it's a misunderstanding, a business rival framing him. His sincerity sways her, but Mira finds encrypted emails on the USB hinting at a Nexus project called Eclipse. The episode ends with Elena overhearing Julian on a tense phone call, saying, "No one can know about Eclipse. Not yet." Elena's trust wavers as she grapples with Julian's vague answers about Eclipse. She throws herself into her music, composing a new piece that mirrors her turmoil. At a charity concert, Julian publicly announces his sponsorship of Elena, boosting her fame but tying her closer to his world. The crowd adores them as a power couple, but Elena feels like a pawn in a larger game. Mira hacks into Nexus's servers, uncovering Eclipse as a secretive AI project with unclear motives. She shares this with Elena, who feels betrayed but wants to believe Julian's intentions are pure. Meanwhile, Damien confronts Elena at her apartment, accusing Julian of using her to deflect scrutiny from Eclipse. Their argument reopens old wounds about their parents' divorce, with Damien blaming Elena for choosing their mother. Elena, hurt, kicks him out, but keeps his warning in mind. Sophia's loyalty to Julian seems to crack as she slips Elena a note. "Meet me at the harbor. I know the truth." Elena hesitates but goes, finding Sophia nervous and evasive. Before Sophia can explain, a car speeds toward them, forcing Elena to dive out of the way. Elena escapes the harbor unscathed but shaken, questioning Sophia's motives. She confides Mira, who traces the car to a shell company linked to Nexus. Elena's heart aches. She wants to trust Julian, but the evidence is mounting. At a private rehearsal, Julian senses her distance and promises to explain everything soon, asking for her trust. His vulnerability softens her, but Mira urges caution. Damien digs deeper into Eclipse, uncovering ties to illegal data harvesting. He tries to reconcile with Elena, apologizing for their past, but she's too overwhelmed to forgive. Meanwhile, Sophia meets Julian in secret, demanding a bigger role in Eclipse or Shiai. Expose in. Julian's calm response hides a threat, revealing his ruthless side. Elena finds a hidden message in her violin case. Coordinates to a warehouse. She and Mira investigate, discovering servers humming with Eclipse's data. A guard spots them, and they barely escape. Back home, Elena finds her apartment ransacked. Her violin untouched but a note left behind. "Stop digging, or your heart breaks next." Elena's fear intensifies, but her resolve strengthens. She moves her violin to Mira's safe house, determined to uncover Eclipse's truth. Julian notices her withdrawal and doubles his efforts to win her back, gifting her a rare violin bow. Elena's tornest gestures feel genuine, but the note's threat lingers. Mira decrypts more Eclipse files, revealing it's an AI designed to manipulate public opinion through music and media. Elena realizes her performances might be part of Julian's plan. She confronts him, and he admits Eclipse exists but claims it's for positive influence. His half-truths deepen her Damien allies with a hacker to leak Eclipse to the press, but Sophia intercepts, revealing she's been playing both sides. She warns Damien that Julian's reach is vast, and betrayal has consequences. Elena, meanwhile, finds a recording of her own voice in Eclipse's data, manipulated to sound like propaganda. Furious, she vows to take Julian down. The episode ends with Elena spotting Sophia meeting the hooded figure from the USB. Photo someone she recognizes from her past. The hooded figure is revealed as Elena's childhood friend, Lucas, who vanished after their parents' divorce. Lucas, now a hacker, claims Julian ruined his life by stealing his tech ideas. He's been feeding Elena clues to expose Julian, but his own motives seem vengeful. Elena's heart breaks at the reunion, torn between loyalty to Lucas and her fading love for Julian. Mira uncovers that Sophia is leaking Nexus secrets to a rival company, complicating the web of betrayal. Elena confronts Sophia, who admits she's in love with Julian, but feels betrayed by his obsession with Elena. Sophia's jealousy fuels her actions, but she warns Elena that Julian's enemies are closing in. Julian, sensing the walls closing, invites Elena to a private island retreat to start over. She agrees, hoping to uncover his final secrets. On Taisland, Julian reveals Eclipse's true scope, a global manipulation tool. He claims it's to save society, but Elena sees his ambition's cost. As Argay, a boat approaches, carrying Damien and Lucas. On the island, Damien and Lucas confront Julian, accusing him of fraud and manipulation. Julian remains calm, revealing he's wired the island with surveillance, trapping them all. Alina feels betrayed by everyone: Julian's lies, Damien's vendetta, and Lucas's revenge. She slips away, finding a hidden server room with Eclipse's core code. Mira, back in Valera, works to disable Eclipse remotely, but faces cyberattacks from Sofia, who's now fully aligned with Julian's rivals. Elena, using her tech savvy from years of music production, tries to sabotage the servers, but triggers an alarm. Julian finds her, pleading for her to join him, claiming he loves her. Elena refuses, her heart hardened by his betrayal. Damien and Lucas fight off Julian's guards, but Lucas is injured. Elena helps them escape to the boat, but Julian follows, revealing he's armed. As they speed away, Julian's voice crackles over a radio. "You can't outrun Eclipse. It's in you, Elena." Back in Valera, Elena decodes Julian's words. Eclipse used her music to embed subliminal messages, manipulating audiences worldwide. Horrified, she vows to destroy it. Mira and Lucas hack into Nexus's mainframe, while Damien leaks evidence to the press, exposing Eclipse. Julian, desperate, offers Elena a deal: join him, and they'll rule together. She refuses, choosing justice over love. In a climactic showdown at Nexus's rooftop, Elena confronts Julian as rain pours. He admits his love was real, but twisted by ambition. Sofia, guilt-ridden, turns on Julian, providing the final code to shut down Eclipse. As the system crashes, Julian tries to flee but is arrested, his empire crumbling. Elena reconciles with Damien, forgiving their past, and thanks Lucas, who disappears to rebuild his life. She performs a new piece, free of Eclipse's taint, her violin singing of healing. The episode ends with Elena standing strong, her heart mended, as Valera's lights glow below.